Yes, we are here on the Loyalty and Friends podcast. And I see my brother EA is joining us.
Hi, everybody. It is Loyalty, and yes,
I
we
am
are
ready.
here on the Loyalty and Friends
All
podcast.
right, so EA will be joining us in a moment on Instagram, but we are here streaming also for our other platforms. So it's so good to see each and every one of you. Hey EA, good to see you, my brother.
Hey, Queen Loyalty, good to see you, man. We always on Clubhouse, but it's good to see a face finally. How you feeling?
Yes, I'm doing pretty good. You probably gonna want to turn one of your mics down.
Okay.
Yes, hi Alana. And thank you all so much for joining us. I see there go Mr. Overcomer. So
Yes,
we are about to have a great podcast. Yes, and I'm looking forward for this. So
absolutely. Me too.
yes, yeah. Turn your mic down just a little bit. I hear a little feedback.
I have no mic on. This on my Instagram. The mic is off. You
All
still
right,
hear
and you.
feedback?
Mm-hmm.
It might be too close. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah.
So on the Instagram, I'll have the microphone. On the StreamYard, there's no microphone.
Awesome. So let's. Oh, I hear it really bad.
I hear it. I hear it now. Let me see. I can turn this one down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Let's see. Yep, that's better. All
Okay.
right, so let's get into it, man. We have our brother EA, Eric Allen, for those who don't know who he is. And this brother is very talented. He does a lot of things. He has his own podcast, Analyze This Topic. And they do quite a few shows on it, like Meet the Allens and Therapy, along with, you have another podcast as well, right?
I have a monologue. Just analyze this as a brand, like where I do monologue stuff, like motivational speaking and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So who better is to tell the people about you than yourself? So let the people know just a little bit about you, who you are, so they can be more acquainted. And then we're gonna get into our interview. I'm ready.
So yes, EA, man. The E stands for every day. The A is all day, right? And
Yes.
it happens to be my initials as well, right? But I rather do it like the every day, all day, because if you know me, that's the way I get down, man. I'm all day, every day, hands on, boots on the ground. That's just how that's what you get when you sign up with me. So
Yeah, so you're starting a new chapter in your life. Okay, so a lot of people may not know, but you have recently wrote your own book. So you just published your first book ever. And so I really want to talk about that. I think that'd be amazing to kind of share with the people and get the support that you need on this journey. So with that being said, I did prepare some questions for you, and you should
okay.
have had those questions for sure. So I want
Well,
to start.
I didn't get those questions, but okay, I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I sent them.
My publicist didn't get back to me in time, but it's all good.
Oh, it's all good. But I know you know how to freestyle it. So I come with the questions and you just come with whatever you have on your mind to share with
Yes,
us. Okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So my first question for you tonight is, when did you first realize you wanted to be a writer?
Well, all my life, I've developed curriculum. I've done a lot of things when it comes to the writing. But I say 2022, it really just it fell in my lap. I was working with some talented gentlemen, and they hired a writer for me in so many words, right? So I had a ghostwriter, somebody that I was meeting with and sharing my ideas with, and she formulated it into a few publications, and that just sparked me. I've been sparked ever since, man.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to write your book, and let the people know what age did you start? Because I know some people feel like you have to be get it in your primes or whatever the case. But yeah, we want to enlighten the people. So
Well, most of my publications, the ones that I started with, they're really designed uh, to talk about recovery, right? So it's the new world order of recovery, because if you know anything about treatment and addiction, it's to use curriculum. It has to be evidence based practice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my publications are leading the charge in this new world order on the war on drugs. So I'm speaking about addiction from a whole different aspect. And one of my publications is an actual journal that consists of affirmations and acronyms to help the first time person in recovery, really help them through their journey, man. Because it's a tough journey, yo.
Okay, so your first publication is a journal. Okay,
Yes.
so tell us a little. You said so the journal is to really just kind of get them through their healing phase.
Absolutely. It's actually designed to help you, with the unlearn and relearn process. Because when you're in recovery, I don't know if you've ever been in recovery or not, but it's very tricky. It has its moments, for lack of a better word. And a lot of people, when you're coming off of a substance, right? People are, hurt. They hurt. And, a lot of people use drugs to mask that hurt, right? So my goal for the journal is to help people identify their feelings, their emotions, and start goal setting, because I feel like those are really crucial aspects of recovery that we need to work on. That we have to work on. So that's just what it
Right.
is.
Makes a lot of sense. So take us a walk down your journey. Okay, what does your work schedule look like when you're in your writing?
Well, I meet with my team twice a week,
Okay.
and we usually meet on the weekends for a couple hours, and we brainstorm. We talk about the overall idea, and then they help me formulate it into an actual thought, and then that thought turns into, hopefully it turns into a publication here soon.
Awesome, awesome. So, What would you say is was your interest quirk, as we would call it?
Say that again.
What would you say is your interest writing quirk?
Explain. My interest writing quirk, like what
Yes,
motivates me, what sparks me to write.
yes.
Well, just the world of addiction, man. Like when I found out, several millenniums ago, that addiction is really, curriculum is based on evidence-based practice. I just been like, wow. I've been like, well, I was wowed. I just, I feel like I have a lot to say. I grew up in addiction, like straight up. It's all around me, gang affected, the whole 9 yards. So I got a lot to say now, and my goal is to leave some of this back for the next generation. So that's what sparks me. That's my passion for wanting to write, because I know writing is like uh, it's archiving, right? It's
Right.
archiving special memories. So that's important right now in the world we live in.
I agree. So I really want to inspire those who may have been thinking about becoming a writer and they maybe just haven't took that first step. So how would you say, what was the steps of getting your publication? Like, what does that look like?
Well, guys, I would definitely encourage you, make sure you find a team, because success can only be manifested with the team, right? So shout out to April Williams. She's an actual, publisher. She has her own company. I apologize for not knowing the actual name of the company, but yes, that's my publisher, April Williams. She's out of Houston, Texas, and she's a small independent publisher. She publicated a few uh, journals similar to the one I did, and it was all about hair and raising awareness on natural hair for African Americans, and
Hmm.
especially for kids. So, oh my gosh, shout out to April Williams. I love you.
Yes, we love you, April. Yes, and this is very inspiring. So my next question for you would be, where did you get your information and ideas for your journal?
Well, that's a great question. I got a lot of it from experience, a lived experience, right? And
Mhm.
that's, to me, that's what's more important than curriculum, is the lived experience. So a lot of those affirmations are things that I use today to get me over the hump.
Okay, yes, and I think that is the best experience. If you haven't went through certain things, then how can you really speak to it? Yes, we can go research things, but it's not going to relate as much, and you really won't be able to have as much of an impact. So I do like where you're coming from with that,
Absolutely.
right? So what do you like to do when you're not writing?
When I'm not writing, I like to just chill, man. The world I live in, man, consists of being around people all the time. My energy is always being utilized. So when I'm not writing and doing that, I like to just chill, sit back, relax.
Hey, look, we need that self-care. That is so important.
Yes,
I can
yes,
concur.
indeed.
And what does your family think about your writing?
Oh, they love it. My wife, very supportive. She's been supportive since day one. You know, she's I got a few other publications that'll be coming out too, you know, designed around her. So yeah, it's well received in this family.
All right. So my next question is, what was one of your most surprising things you learned during your creating your writing?
Good question. For me, it was the fact that I could do it. Like I see people around me doing it, and you know, doing it and doing it. Wow, right? And I just for a long time, I struggled with jumping off the porch. I just didn't think I could do it. But once I put that publication together, that first one is my first one is everything you need to know about recovery, and it's an ebook. So that one was really easy. It didn't take long at all because everything you need to know about recovery is self-explanatory today. So I just threw it out there. I put an ebook together. That's free. You know, I haven't released it yet, but that'll be free. The journal is the only publication that we are looking to be compensated for.
Awesome. So what do you have? Do you have any suggestions for me if I wanted to become a writer? And if so, what would those suggestions be?
Stay authentic. Stay authentic. I think you'd be a hell of a writer. Like I've been rocking with you for a couple years now, and just listening to your story in various settings and forms. You are amazing, right? So my best advice to you is get you a team. Make sure you don't try to do it yourself, because that's the problem we have is, or from my standpoint, I just see people always want to do it themselves. It's mine. They don't want to let nobody in. So you gotta share the wealth, you know?
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. I totally agree. So will you be creating books just for adults, or would it be also books for children as well?
Well, not right now, not for children. A lot of my books are designed for like the addict. You know, an addict, it doesn't mean drugs per se. You can be addicted to anything. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Right? So
Right.
my goal is to be like I really gotta my target audience is at-risk youth, ages 16 to 24. I've been working with that population pretty much my whole career.
All right. So what do you think makes a good story when it comes to writing?
You know what? Controversy. I think a little bit of controversy. People don't want to read it if it ain't got nobody dying in it, or nobody got cheated on, or nobody, you know what I'm saying? It has to, you know, outside of the publications for like the journal, whatever, that doesn't count. But I'm saying in regular books, and if it was a, you know, autobiography about myself, they ain't gonna want to hear it unless I'm talking about a little controversy.
Amen to that, right? They
Yeah.
love the controversy.
Yes, they nosy. People nosy. They want to be in your business.
So I want to take it back to childhood, okay? Where did you envision yourself being? Like, where did you want to be as you grew up as a child? What did you envision for yourself?
That's a good question. You know what? I'm in my second chapter of life, so I don't recall going back that far. But just to like in a freestyle moment, I was so underprivileged and underserved. I didn't have time to have those kind of dreams. I was really surviving. I've been in survival mode my whole life. So what I wanted to be when I grew up was successful. That's it. It didn't matter what I did. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I didn't want to work with, you know, for anybody per se. I didn't want to punch a time clock, but I definitely, you know, when I think back now that the light bulb went in my head. Yes, entrepreneur for sure. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up for sure.
Awesome. So my line of questioning wasn't too bad, but I do
No.
want you to let the people know, like, how can they connect with you? Like, what type of support? What does support look like for you at this level in the game for you at this moment?
Well, support for me is when you see EA anywhere, support that, like, subscribe, and share. Got a few things on the menu coming out 2023. So I definitely want to encourage everybody. My social media handle, EA the Genius. It's been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? And then analyze this topic, all one word. You know, you can find that somewhere. Analyze this topic. You see that anywhere. Make sure you subscribe, like it, and share it with somebody.
Right. And I want to say, because we've been working together for a couple of years now, I do want to bring just a little light. I know we talked about your journal, and that's getting ready to come out very soon. So y'all be on the lookout and make sure you support as well. Support is very big, but the support is not just, for yourselves. You can help someone that may be struggling. And I'm thinking about getting one of those journals for my father. So, my story with my dad, and I'm one of his biggest supporters. And he still struggles even to this day with addiction. So, just having a way to really write those thoughts down, I think would be very beneficial.
Yes, I totally agree. And what I would encourage anybody under the sound of my voice, don't buy one, buy two. Right? Two is close, one is too close to none, right? And the book is designed for a whole calendar month because I'm a firm believer to build successful habits, you need a period of time. So they say 21 days, but Black folks, we a little slower. So I'll say 30. I'm changing the narrative, and I'm going to tell you, you need 30 days consistency, and that forms a new habit. So that's what the journal is really all about.
I like the concept. So let's talk a little bit about your podcast, because I know you have Meet the Allens with your beautiful wife, and let the people, because we want to get the support, and it is streaming on all platforms. So you all tap in. How many seasons are you in, or series are you in now?
We're actually in the process of producing season 3 right now. I personally been lazy because I'm under contract from my, I have a distributor that does all that good stuff for us. And to me, I just been under protest, right? First of all, it's not enough compensation for it. And then secondly, I don't have enough views on it. So to me, my motto is, if I don't have at least 1 million views on the situation, then it's new to me. So that's why I'm not as motivated to record new material, because I want this old material to be viewed.
Awesome, right? That makes sense. And then therapy, what's the focus on your therapy podcast? Because
I know that's
separate from the Allens, for sure.
Yes, therapy is really all about the narrative of counseling in the New World Order, especially to the Black man. Because when I was growing up, counseling was like the taboo. We did not see counselors. When I thought counselors, I think drugs. I thought he was trying to commit me, psych ward and stuff like that when you think counselor. But it's a new world, yo. I'm a counselor. I'm a licensed clinician. You know what I'm saying? And I specialize in substance abuse and mental health. And it's a new world. I want people to know it's okay. It is okay to get a counselor.
Right. And I also want to give another level of support. So you all, if you don't know about the OWL app, that is a really, really great app. And it allows you to speak to us as experts one-on-one, as knowing his background and knowing that he deal with those who have struggled with addiction. And you may need that extra help. I do encourage you, download OWL. It is free, and that's OWWLL, right? The OWL app. And that way you can get that one-on-one time, and you can really see, what his work look like.
Hey, literally, that is the fastest and most inexpensive way to connect to me. Because on the OWL app, I'm actually, we charge by the call, but that call is powerful. Like I can do a lot. I can change a life in 10 minutes, right? And I guarantee you, it's very much cheaper to call me on OWL than it would be to call me and book a session with me in real life. Okay, so OWL, like my sister just said, OWL, OWWLL. If you don't know about it, if you never heard about it, you need more information, tap in with either one of us. We're both on there, and my referral code is EA, just like you see on the bottom of the screen. So you join the app, you download it, and you want to be on EA team, you got to put EA in as a referral code.
Yes, indeed. So y'all tap in, man, and I'm telling you, this would definitely be a game changer for you by downloading OWL. And if you are an expert, you can also come on there and do your consultations and be monetized for sure. So tap in. And outside of that, do you have any last words? And if not, we can wrap this up. But I think this was a really great podcast tonight, and I appreciate you. This is your second time on the Loyalty and Friends podcast.
Yes.
So
I love Loyalty and Friends. I love it. And this is just the start of campaign season. I do want to say, look out, spring 2023, coming to a city near you. We're in full campaign mode. So that's what I love about this. So I had to come here tonight because this is the first stop on my campaign trail, right? Loyalty and Friends. right? I
All
want
right.
to. And who are your friends?
Man, you know, you are my friend. I see JS. That's one of our friends. Jay is self-care. And shout out to her because she has also published a book. So, man, we have some great. And look, my boy LP, man, I got to give him a shout out because that is my man. He's definitely one of my
Yes.
friends. We got Miss Latrell. We got a lot of great friends. Okay, I can keep going. Okay,
Righteous.
Ashley, but you all are all our friends for sure. And man, I'm telling you, without friends and community, we can't push this mission, man. So each and every one of you who has joined, I see my boy Full Circle in the building. Shout out to you. I see Kashawn Edwards. Thank you so much for
That's my sister.
joining.
Hi, Kashawn. That's
Hi,
my sister.
Kashawn. Nice to meet you. We
Yes,
got
ma'am.
Jason, who also joined on here. I believe it's Jason. Anger Cardigan. Our brother Jahan.
My brother Jahan.
Man, look at all our friends.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. Thank you so much. So make sure you all stay tuned. You can follow Loyalty and Friends on Loyalty in everything. No slang, okay? You got to spell it out. Loyalty IN everything, okay? And that's on Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok. We are on Clubhouse, the Loyalty and Friends Club, and also join the house so you can get the schedule and know when we are available, okay? And analyze this topic on all social media platforms also, okay?
All
and
one word, y'all.
All one word.
Yes, and I appreciate you, Loyalty. I appreciate you taking the time and having me on your show, man. Having me around your guests, man. We are family, and I love you, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and I look forward to your book tour, well, your journaling tour, we'll call it. I'm definitely looking forward to being a part of that, man. So look, 2023, man, here we come. We're coming very strong. Just know it.
Yes. Until next time, guys. Y'all know what I do.
Until next time, and Loyalty and Friends, we will be signing out. Thank you all. Bye.